Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video, I'm going to show you my team for the Heretical Ruins Stage 12 with heroes only at level 79. However, one of the heroes I cannot think exactly what will be the best replacement for, as it's a premium poison hero. However, that specific hero you will definitely want to get this season if you can, if not the next one, because she's going to be key for most content in the game, especially for Vortex when you pair with Rook, and that one's going to be Rada. But let's jump into the video. Before we go ahead with this one, I just want to mention that if you want to support me as a content creator and get some free stuff while you're at it, you can use code OddOne that you see over there at the top. The way you would do it is you would follow the link in the description or pinned comment. That's going to take you to the support the creator. You put that code over there, make sure you emphasize on the capital O's, right? It's capital Odd, capital 1. Make sure you put that, then select the account that you want, select bind, and you're gonna get some rewards instantly. And after that, in your inbox, once you hit level 100, you should get the Hero Light, War Motto, and lots of other free stuff. And the way that it works is if you are a spender, the way that kind of like the support for me works, if you are a spender, I get 2% out of that. But even if you're not a spender, again, just support me and get yourself some free stuff, because why not? But this team that I'm using, again, it's definitely not relatable. I'm not gonna say free-to-play friendly or whatever, but this is the team that I managed to build to use in order to beat stage 12 of the Heretical Ruins. Now, once we unlock higher level, right, once we get level 100, this should be a lot easier and Rata should not be needed. But up until then, this is the team that I find out, right? This is the team that I'm personally using, and again, it's kind of like, yes, I do understand the Ratas in there. I'm not sure if you can just straight up replace Rata with somebody else. Maybe another healer that brings debuff immunity, or another healer that brings dispelling debuffs. But the thing with Rata is she brings so many things, right? She extends duration of debuffs. She dispels all debuffs on our team. She puts defense up, lots of damage negation. She's definitely a queen in this one. And again, I personally believe that Rada is just one of those premium legendaries that, even though it's not a premium damage dealer, I 100% believe that if you can get to a certain point where you can pick yourself up from one of her banners, which I hope she comes up on a banner. You know what? I'm going to check after this fight. But if she comes on a specific banner, I would 100% say go for her, because she's gonna be, I'm 99.99% sure that she's gonna be key in all of the Rook things, right? Doesn't matter if you're gonna do PvE for endgame, doesn't matter if you're gonna do Vortex. I'm 100% sure the Rada is gonna be really key to try and min-max, push the maximum your Rook teams. But as you can see, this is pretty fast as well, right? 1 minute and 12 seconds, most of the damage from Beldel. I don't even have Beldel's exclusive artifact, right? Just to have an idea about that. A little bit of damage from Sheena, and then everybody else doing other stuff. But let me just quickly, before I show you the timings and stuff, let me just quickly have a look at the summoning banners to see, do we actually get her somewhere? Because if we do, I would 100% say you should be going and trying to pick her up. But I think if we look at just standard supports, I don't see anything in there. I don't remember exactly if when we select these ones, do we get all of the premium supports? If we do, then I 100% would pull on this one, right? The first time, the option summon one, pick poison. And then once you pick poison, you should 100% grab yourself Rata from there, because she is going to be amazing, right? Definitely she's going to be an amazing one. But I guess we're going to see this more once that banner opens. So let's have a look at my, like I said, let's have a look at the builds that I have in there. Oh, I have to use a refill. Do I use a refill just for that? Let me just use some War Motto of it, because why not? It's for the video. It's fine. I still have to farm some of the Cave Rider. But let's have a look at the timings, because these timings kind of work for me, combining everything that they do in the kit. So the first thing that I've done that helps us a ton is I made sure that Rata goes after my Sheena goes and after my Familiar goes, because the Familiar is going to place vulnerability, Sheena's going to place defense penalty, and you want Rata, when she does her ultimate, to extend the duration of those debuffs by 5 seconds. So extend the vulnerability, the defense penalty, even if there's going to be attack penalty, extend all of that, and your team's going to do more damage. So you're going to see that only 3 people are on 18-second rotation. That's going to be Rada, Sheena, and Beldel. Then I had Sheena at 12, 13.5 for Beldel. I let Felocia go YOLO. Whenever she's ready, she does her stuff. And then another thing that kind of helped me and that I noticed worked really good was making Ogak go at 22 initially, which should block the first ultimate with his immortality. And then after that, I kind of let him go full YOLO because it's really hard to try and get a perfect timings to get that going, saying because of the fact that Rate also places recharge speed penalty, right? Which means the boss is going to regenerate the ultimate a little bit slower. So these are the timings that work for me. For the familiar, as you can see, 9 and then 18 as well. His ultimate, because he's mythic, is on an 18-second rotation. Let me just show you what the familiar also has. It's nothing obscene, just gives us a bit more enlightenment, bit of accuracy, some attack, and then it's just the one that blocks the first 2 hits, which is, you know, not the best, but you know what? This actually is helpful because the first 2 hits from the boss are these ones. They can hit pretty hard, and it kind of allows Felocia to stay alive. But let's have a look at the talent. So for Felocia, I went at the top side. For Reta, I went most of the stuff from the bottom, and then I grabbed this one. You might not need this because I have, like, for example, I have the hourglass. So because of that, I can just swap into this just to make sure I have enough accuracy, but I definitely have plenty. Then if you look at Ogak, he mostly went on the healing route and just this one to give us a bit of a shield. Then if you have full talents, just finish off with either this or that one, whichever you think is going to do best for you. Then Sheena is going to be in a damage build, right, for the talents. Make sure if you choose for Sheena, you either go with Graveyard Freeze and Chain Blast together, or go with Condensed Ice and Deep Freeze, right? Don't grab this one and then the last one, because you're just going to be missing out on a lot of ice crystals and there's no point. Might as well just make her do more damage. And then Beldel, pretty much the best possible ones from my point of view for talents, just going diagonally up here and then 100% grab this one. But let's have a look at the builds that I have on these people. So it's not going to be the perfect builds, it's whatever I've had. The number one thing that you need to keep in mind is you want to make sure you have enough accuracy on Reta so that she can land the attack penalty, so that she can extend the debuffs, place the recharge speed penalty, you know, all of those important things, make sure she can do. So because of that reason, I gave her a Rift Hourglass. This one's not the best. Like, I don't know why I swapped it, why I didn't swap it. I think this one should have just gone on Ogak. That's my mistake, right? To just make sure that Ogak has more enlightenment to heal us more, and then on Rate, I should just go whatever gives me a little bit of accuracy, which was this one. But I have on her an accuracy chest, I have an attack percent piece in Emissary's Whisper. Honestly, you would like to complete an Emissary's Whisper set if you can. However, I don't have a weapon yet. So that's what I would do. I would complete that set so that whenever she lands a debuff, we do more damage. But for now, I don't have it, so it is what it is. It still works. Then if you look at Felocia, she's going to be wearing, obviously, the Puppeteer's Inspiration. Every time she ults, she gives 10% ultimate energy to all the iced heroes, which is going to be her, Sheena, and Beldel. And then an Enlightenment chest, and then the Aurelian Vest to keep us alive with an Enlightenment positive rune. Then if you look at Ogak, Ogak's going to be running my faithful, my trusty Brotherhood Spirit that I brought over from last season, with an Enlightenment chest, with an Enlightenment positive rune, which I just put because I forgot to swap it. And then I also kept the Golden Antlers on him because this is going to be really helpful. He's not going to have enough accuracy maybe to land his attack penalty, but Reta should keep it up enough on her own. But this one's going to make us do more damage on the boss, and it's going to increase the healing that we get on all our team. Eventually, right after, 100 seconds, everybody, like, you know, a minute and a half almost, everybody should be having this mark on, which means we're going to take more healing. But it's mostly the damage that you do against the boss that's really helpful. Then Sheena is obviously going to be in a Witch's Remains, but then I chose to not make her a... like supportive more towards Beldel. I chose to give her some damage because of the fact that Beldel has to walk from left to right. You saw because of the placements, when the small phoenixes, the small birds, you know, get spawned, Beldel deals with one and then Sheena deals with the other. Not as fast as Beldel, but still, you know, it's a lot better than having Beldel run all the way to the other one and start hitting it. Or if Beldel kills one of them too slow and the boss loses invisibility, Beldel's gonna start attacking the boss and the other one might stay alive. It might heal the boss, it just gets complicated. Bottom line, make sure you give Sheena a damage build as much as you can with around at least 200 accuracy so that she can land the Witch's Remains. And then Beldel, without the, like I said, exclusive artifact, I really need to pick this one up at some point because I'm using Beldel everywhere. In the meantime, I'm just using Blooms of Preen on her. Then I have a Forbidden Ages set. It's really awesome. I just have quad crit rate. I just got really lucky with those ones. An attack percent here and then a crit rate. you know, it's one of the worst possible, but it still has crit remain stat, but strike the unprepared gives me 30% more damage, so that's gonna be really helpful. But that pretty much is the team. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure which team, you know, who's gonna be able to replace Raid. I just wanted to post this because I beat it, and you know, there might be lots of you out there that actually have Radar, so I can give you an idea. I promise I'm gonna look more into trying to get this stage beaten, but I'm 100% sure that if we cannot beat this with level 79s, once we hit level 100, right? Once we unlock the level 100 so we can get higher levels, we should be easily doing this with everybody. How many days more? Okay, 5 days and 15 hours. So you know what? I'm going to keep looking into this because it's so many days. I'm going to try and find a way to beat this at level 79s, even though it might be hard because the boss hits really hard, okay? But anyway, we're gonna leave it at this for now. Thank you for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. Don't forget to support me using code OddOne that you see over there at the top, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.